I mean, I laugh, and you know what? One of the more memorable ones was with Warren Sapp when I went from there. I went to Tampa, and so that locker room with Sapp, and then Keyshawn came, and Jay, like you know,
Oh yeah.
and it just it was like, again, I could laugh about it because it was almost expected, and again,
Yeah.
that's not what anyone would expect now, and it would be headlines and social media a buzz, but it just is what it. Here's the thing: there is a fine line, and I handled it. Like I didn't get anybody's, because that's not my person. It wasn't my personality then. I might now a little more, but I do think as women, we need to be responsible as well. It isn't just on players and athletes and coaches to act a certain way. I mean, I've had talks with young women who like would come in and they'd intern with me, with our channel, or just other women who reach out to me now. And I've said to a couple of them, they're like, well, would you look at my tape? Would you do this? And I've said, listen, I would love to, but the way that you present yourself is not something I want to be associated with.
Yeah.
So when you dress like that, I'm not saying you deserve the gross comments, but you know what you're doing when you're putting that outfit on too.
Yeah.
Like women are smart. So don't play coy and put it all on the guys when and again, I'm not saying anybody deserves anything.
Yes.
But we need to be responsible as women too, because we know what we're doing when we put certain things on and then return a certain text. Or you expect somebody's not going to see you if you go to dinner with this guy? Like, that's on us.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't like it,
Yeah.
that's fine. But if you haven't voted to try to change it, then I just don't want to hear what anyone says. Like, don't bitch about it if you don't try to do something about it, you know? So I just didn't respect that, and I tweeted some stuff. And so that's where my downfall began in the eyes of many. And what I've learned since then, well, first of all, that's when I also started to receive threats, death threats to me, to my children, people saying they hope my daughters get raped, like next level stuff.
Yeah.
All because I have a different opinion than I guess I'm supposed to for my skin color and my gender. And that's where you lose me, because the hypocrisy in that statement, which I've heard thousands of times, is just, it's almost comical. I don't even get mad because it's just comical.
Did it make you kind of go in a shell and be like, all right, I'm just not going to go down the road of this, and just, you know, my opinion, I'm just going to keep everything to myself?
It scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, it scared me so much, again, as a mother, because I thought, wow, have I put my kids in danger here? Like, I had to have security get involved, and NFL security was checking on some stuff because Grimes, was it Miko, who was the receiver down in Tampa? Yeah, like, she's on another level, and so she came after me. She got her troops coming in. I mean, I was getting it from all sides. Twitter security, like, it was, and so it was just so fascinating that the attacks, who they came from, was pretty fascinating. And it just taught me, and I will say, like, I was pretty naive.
Yeah.
And so that was 4 years ago. So I was 44, and so naive for being 44. But I just, because I always thought that when you're nice and friendly and you work hard, like, people are nice back. Because that's how I grew up. That's how the military is.
Oh yeah.
And it's just not the case, especially in today's day and age. So I think I did go in a shell, and then it was like, I don't care. Because if you are attacking me because I'm different, you are proving the hypocrisy. And actually, you don't want race relations better. You just want everybody to think like you.
Yeah.
And a real quick story. When I was on, I used to do a couple fill-ins on The View. And I guess this was even before. This is when Obama was still president. And Barbara Walters, like, ripped me live TV, and then afterwards too, because they were wondering, they're like, why is it so important to you to say that you're biracial? I'm like, because my mom's white, she's Irish Italian, and my dad's black. And I'm like, why not? Like, I actually feel like I have the best of both worlds. Yeah. And I think it's a huge blessing, and why not? And she's like, well, what happens when you fill out your census? I'm like, well, I don't know when the last time I filled out my census was, but if they make you choose a race, she's like, what are you going to put? I go, well, both. She's like, well, you can't. She goes, well, what if Barack Obama chose black and he's biracial? I'm like, well, congratulations to the president. That's his thing. I go, I think that's fascinating, considering his black dad was nowhere to be found, but his white mom and grandma raised him. But hey, you do you. I'm going to do me. And then they put up a picture behind me of my parents and my brothers and me. And I was like, listen, I'm pretty sure my white mom was there when I was born.
Yeah.
And like, I love her. My white family loves me as much as my black family. And I got killed for that, Jay.